Aha! Welcome to Fentor. Just test riding a Harley Davidson, and this is the 2019 Fat Bob, although I think apart from paints it's not changed since the 2018 edition. The 2018 edition saw the advent of a brand new engine. Apparently it's seriously good. This has got the 114 cubic inch engine in place, so let's see if it feels like they used to, or does it have a bit more liveliness. Very smooth. It's got that thump you expect from a Harley Davidson, but it hasn't got horrible vibrations. I'm only going 30 at the moment. We'll see how we get on. I'm wondering if the GoPro shows much of the front of the bike. Probably not. But not to worry. Remember, the indicators work differently to my other bikes. Indicators go right on the right handlebar, indicators go left on the left handlebar, rather than one on the left that does both right and left. But I quite like that, actually. And of course, because it's a standard bike, it's as quiet as a mouse. So yes, it's a very quiet machine. So, how am I going to get on with the comfort and enjoyment of riding it? It's not too bad in a corner. Certainly got plenty of torque. But then you'd expect that for a 114 cubic inch engine, which is, I think, about 1.8 litres. So that's a fair old size. So I'll put some figures up, actually, on the screen, so that you can see the performance. I believe Harley now actually have released horsepower figures for these machines, because they finally actually have some. I don't know what they were before, but they used to be quite cagey about the actual power generated. It was more about torque, which is good, because you don't be revving these things around any more than I want to on the GS. It's a mid-range pull and torque. Now, Harley Davidson very kindly let you use one of these for a test ride for up to an hour, which is great. Could do with a bit more, really. Is that going to self-cancel? Yes, no, I don't know. But we'll see. Can I get enough of an opinion on whether it's something that I would like in my garage, or whether it's something that I'd need more time to really fully appreciate it. I would normally say that for, you know, when you're spending a lot of money on a bike, you really want to be sure, and you need to be able to ride it for enough period of time to make that decision. Right, it's a bit boring riding along here. Let's see if we can find a more interesting country road. Just a more attractive road. So if you can see the the gauges here, rev counter, which is quite visible. Do have to sort of look down to glance at the speed, though. Digital speedo in there. That's a bit more difficult. What's it like around these corners? It's quite good. The ride's good. I think the suspension has an adjustment at the rear, for the actual damping. And it must be, I think it's something set in the middle of medium dampness, so feels okay on this slightly bumpy road that's bouncing a bit. It's a much smoother ride than my Victory Hammer, but it's a much firmer ride than the BMW GS, which would glide over these bumps as if they weren't there. Interesting, isn't it? Right, let's see if we can actually test its performance. So light around this roundabout. Yeah, it's not too bad for the turn-in. Now that is a lot faster than any Harley I've ridden before. That is quite quick. Double discs at the front needed. Yeah, that is a significant performance increase to what I've been used to on Harleys I've ridden in the past. It's more in, I would say that's pretty similar to the Victory Hammer in terms of acceleration. Maybe even slightly more. But it's good. It's certainly good performance. Okay, so coming out a 30 limit and then into a zigzag bend, there we are, national speed limit. Fourth gear. Yeah, that's good. A little bit of deceleration into the corner. Ooh. That's quite nice, that, for a cruiser. Changing up at 3,000. Wonderful. Now I'll slow down to a more cruiser orientated speed. There we are. So I'm looking down at the speedo. There we go. Nice, sedate, well under the speed limit speed now. It's nice, comfortable. Seat is very comfortable. Not that I've been in it for very long, but I think I could sustain a couple of hours in the saddle to get fish and chips. That's what it would be used for, mostly. Long distances, of course, would be on the BMW. Okay, we're in a 40-mile-an-hour limit and in top gear. Seems to chug along quite nicely. 40 miles an hour in top. Come national speed limit. How will it pull in top gear? Smooth. That was easy. 60. Very nice. But there's one thing, it certainly keeps the line in the corners nicely. It's quite happy to turn in. I haven't got very long to get it back to the showroom, but I will stop in the village up here and do a quick overview for you guys, so you can see what it looks like. The front brakes seem to work quite well. Twin discs. I don't know how heavy this bike is. Doesn't look that big really. To me it looks quite small, but I think to most people it's probably massively big. Pull over up here. And we'll do a once over on what it looks like on the outside. Let's go here, that'd be nice, next to the church. Lovely. Here we are, Harley Davidson Fat Bob 2019, with its 114 cubic inch engine. And I don't normally go for black bikes, but I think this looks absolutely superb in black. And just look at this Robbie the Robot headlight. Robbie the Robot? Who's that, you may ask? Watch the Forbidden Planet, 1956. That chunky front tyre. Twin discs. I think it's the only Harley Davidson to come with twin discs. The new engine, can't remember what they called it, Harley Davidson, but that's the last Harley I rode. I think it was about 2 years ago actually. It was pretty sluggish. This is quick for a cruiser. Loads of mid-range. Now the thing you're probably thinking it as I'm about to say it. What the hell is going on here? It's European regulations. A motorbike's tyre shouldn't protrude further than its fender. Yeah, just looks rubbish. So, however, in the USA, there is a side mounting plate that goes here to put your number plate and lights. So, quite easy to retrofit once you've taken delivery. And, up yours Dolores, as they used to say. One of those silly rules from Brussels. But I do like the look of this. Now, oh yes, the air cleaner has a sort of cover on it. So underneath there it does look a lot nicer, but that keeps the... we'll have a look at one later on. But that keeps the rain out if it rains. Being a test ride bike, I guess they leave it on for whatever reason. The seat's pretty comfortable. Certainly. Pillion seat, not a lot there. But of course Harley Davidson, you can upgrade it all you wish. The dashboard. Handlebars. The whole thing looks great. I'm really liking the look of this bike. Excellent. Right, I better get on with some riding, get it back to the showroom within the hour. Let's get some corners in. Not bad round the corner. Quite a chilly autumn day, so tyres probably not that warm, but yeah, that's good. Here we go, out of the limit. Still got a reasonable note to it, despite being completely muffled. You imagine that with a decent set of loud pipes, the sound will be immense. Well, you can't have a Harley and have it muffled, can you? No. Right, front brakes, good. A little bit of back brake. And into the corner. Bit gritty that corner, so I'm going a bit more cautiously. Riding into the sun's not so good. Have I taken? Well, I should tell a little secret, shouldn't I? So that I could video this. I took a very unsuitable helmet with me. I've taken the BMW Adventure helmet, and to try and disguise it, despite it saying in big letters BMW on it, being more suitable for a Harley, I took the peak off. Now running into the sun. Oh, want the peak back, please. Makes it quite a difference. I'm not quite used to the peak, to tip my head down slightly to shield from the low autumnal sun as it is today, so I have to make do with squinting. Nice, very smooth engine. I think Harley have finally got the vibration about right. You want to feel the thump of the big V-twin. You want the engine to feel alive. You don't want to have vibration that's coming up through the handlebars that make your fingers go numb. So this bike, or this engine out on this bike, new engine, really is so much better. So if you've avoided cruisers and Harleys before, because you can see the engines as being a bit archaic and agricultural, I think Harley have actually jumped a huge step forward now. So maybe worth revisiting them. There's a lot more noise when you open the visor without having the screen in front. Doing 50 miles an hour, top gear, very nice. Again, that sort of lovely cruiser speed, 50-60 miles an hour. And yet you've got plenty of performance if you want it. Look at those beautiful autumn colours. Coming down from the high ground above Newmarket, heading back to Lind Harley Davidson. So do I have any conclusions for this bike? Well, don't poo-poo Harley Davidson, that's my first conclusion. I think they've actually built a fantastic cruiser. Well, I would guess most of their cruisers now are with this new engine, so much better. For me, this looks really quite cool. I love the styling. Like I say, it's the first black bike I've ever liked the look of. So that's good. That's a good thing. Easy to ride. Doesn't feel heavy to me anyway. Feels light as a feather compared to the GS with all my camping gear on it and panniers and everything. But you know, don't be fooled, these are big heavy beasties. I think it's about 300 kilograms. That's a lot. But it doesn't feel it. Yeah, it's in town now. Doesn't feel unwieldy at all. Quite nice. Clutch is quite smooth, quite heavy clutch, but progression is smooth. Just slipping it gently here, applying a bit of brake. Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, going to the looks of this bike, yeah, I love all the looks apart from that stupid, let's have a moan, European regulated thing over the rear tyre. What an abomination. Now, on bikes like my GS, I always wondered why they put that silly thing on until I found out about the European rule. You can't have a tyre showing beyond the bumper, or beyond the mud guard, fender, whatever you like to call it. But I mean, come on, it just makes this bike look like rubbish from behind. So really, well, there's two things to that. Firstly, bollocks to them. In England we're going to do what we want, and yeah, we are anyway, because we're leaving. And if ever there was a good reason to leave Europe, it's because of the stupid bit on the back of this bike. Have to be the number one reason to leave Europe. Straight bananas, I don't care. But this stupid fender thing at the back of this otherwise amazing looking bike, ridiculous. Anyway, I'm about to arrive back at Lind Harley Davidson. Thank you for watching Fentor. Hope you've enjoyed this short review and test ride of the Harley Davidson Fat Bob 2019. And if you've enjoyed watching these videos, please do subscribe, and we'll see you next time. There we are, back at Harley Davidson. Excellent. And I've been blessed again with a beautiful day. Catch you next time.